cares deeply about compared to other things. And so I think that the sense is that they want this all to go away. And I do think that when push comes to shove, one of the questions I have is whether Bongino will be effective, because one thing that Donald Trump doesn't necessarily like is being forced to do something necessarily. And so I do wonder whether or not anyone is going to be fired. Right now, it seems like the administration is standing firmly behind everyone involved, and they really want this to become a non-issue. The problem is, this is something that their supporters they're not going to go away with this.
Well, and Dave, there's one lawyer who represents victims who says DOJ is sitting on a, quote, treasure trove of information. So what kind of information do you think actually exists in terms of the DOJ investigation? And what do you think people are clamoring to see?
Well, the right-wing conspiracy theorists want to see a client list, but there is no client list. But there is evidence of third parties who were involved in this. After all, what was Ghislaine Maxwell prosecuted for if there was no third party who was getting these young girls trafficked to them? And so there is evidence. Now, in 2019, there was a raid of Jeffrey Epstein's New York mansion, and there was a safe, and they had to use a saw to get in the safe, and there were hard drives or thumb drives in there. What's on the thumb drives? We really still don't know. So I think there's a lot of images. I think there are ties to individuals, and perhaps the DOJ thinks there's not enough evidence to file a lawsuit, especially when you saw that big celebrities like Diddy just got away with human trafficking, allegedly. And so I think this was a calculus. But yes, I do think that people have a right to ask questions, because I don't think the evidence shows that it's a buttoned up case. There are individuals out there. It's just not a client list like the right wing believe. This is not a cabal of Democrats who had a big sex trafficking ring in the basement of a pizza shop. So they need to get over that.
Shelby, I know you touched on this a bit, but let's take a listen to how the president reacted to questions about the Epstein files earlier this week.